Alright everyone, I was all prepared to make higher quality videos here with the new C930e webcam, and I can't actually do that because while there are multiple ways to record directly, make a standalone like a vlog style video with it, none of them actually work properly. You see, the 930e is for streaming purposes, is for Skype calls, conference calls, things of that nature. For that purpose, I'm sure that it's absolutely wonderful, but for $30 or $40 more than the C920 is retailing at right now, $45, $50 for the C920, $80 to $100, a little bit more for the C930e, you're not actually getting any benefit because in order to record a standalone video, you have to run it through OBS or some similar program, which isn't going to give you 1080, certainly is not going to give you 60 frames per second. You'll be lucky to get the full 30, and records it with a great deal of lag, despite my system specs are perfectly fine for recording in 1080 at 60 frames per second if I want to. I've got more than enough processing power to do that, especially since the C930e has its own little mini processor inside of it that's supposed to take weight off of your system. But it doesn't have its own software, and nothing else is apparently fully compatible with it. So for streaming, if you're interested in streaming yourself, doing a live show, if you're interested in conferencing with people, like it's for a business call, that's fine. But I see this webcam persistently listed on lists of like, oh, top 10 or top 15 webcams for YouTubers. And it's a total farce. It's like a scam of some sort because you can't actually use it for that purpose unless you're just streaming. For your standalone videos, you might as well use the C920, which is what I'm going to continue to use. Now, I know there are a host of other cameras for making YouTube videos, like the G7X, I think it is, or the T4i, or whatever they're called. They cost a lot more. They don't give you that much of an added benefit. I've seen videos people have uploaded with these cameras, and they're no better than the C920, all things considered. It's really more about lighting. The advantage of the C930, if it did have software for it to record standalone video, it has a much wider angle, which is very, very nice. That honestly is a huge improvement over the C920, and it is much more clear. Its focusing capability is much better. But because you can only use it in 720 and then with lag or with Lego brick mode, it's pointless. You can't use it for vlogging. So I would warn you all off from purchasing one, as I unfortunately did, because for your video needs, it doesn't do anything for you unless you're just streaming and doing Skype calls and things of that nature. For that, it's perfectly fine. You can record video through OBS with it, but it's going to lag you. It's not going to, you'll be in 720, even with a better focus. It's not that big an improvement compared to the 920 anyway. So there's my final word on the C930. It's substandard for, it could be a really, really great webcam. If Logitech wanted to, it could make it the next C920, but just releasing software for it to allow people to record standalone videos with it instead of just using it as a conferencing web. They wouldn't even need like, the coming C940, C950, whatever it's going to be. They wouldn't even need to develop it. This would be perfectly fine if they just release the software. Computers are more than capable now of running the sort of software they would need. They could get 60 frames per second in recording for vlogs very easily. People are capable of doing that now, and Logitech hasn't released anything new in years. So, yeah, I don't hold out too much hope. Logitech is an otherwise good company that has fallen on hard times by doing things like this, honestly. And I've been using Logitech. Virtually all the videos I've ever made have been made with a Logitech webcam, going back to the really primitive model I had really, really early on. That's about all. Peace out.